Hello students, in the last class we have studied about the chapter number 7, that is atoms and molecules. So in the last class we have studied about the relative atomic mass, what is gram atomic mass, what is average atomic mass, and we have solved the problems based on the average atomic mass, and we have studied what is a molecule, and we have studied about the classification of molecule based on the types of atoms. So today we are going to study about the classification of molecule based on the atomicity, and we are going to study about the relative molecular mass, and we are going to study about the difference between the atoms and molecules, and we are going to see some formulas. So in the last class, we have studied about the classification of molecules based on the types of atoms, that is a kind of atoms. So based on the types of atoms, we can classify the molecule as homoatomic molecule as well as heteroatomic molecule. So homo means same, that means the molecule which is having same kind of atoms or one kind of atoms, it is called as homoatomic molecule. If the molecule it is having atoms of different elements, it is called as heteroatomic molecule. So here we can see that the examples of homoatomic molecule, that is hydrogen, it is having H2 in which you are having two hydrogens. So both the hydrogens are same kind of atoms. So it is a homoatomic molecule. Same way nitrogen N2, oxygen O2, ozone O3, sulfur S8. When you see all these molecules, we can see that all are made up of same kind of atoms. So they are homoatomic molecule. Same way, when you see the heteroatomic molecule, hetero means different. So if the molecule is made up of atoms of different elements, it is called as heteroatomic molecule. So when you see the example of carbon dioxide, it is having carbon atom as well as oxygen atom. When you see the example of hydrogen iodide, it is made up of two different elements, that is hydrogen as well as iodine. So when the molecule it is made up of same kind of atoms, it is called as homoatomic molecule. If it is made up of different kind of atoms, it is called as heteroatomic molecule. Next, we are going to see about atomicity. So how many balls are here? So here we can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there are 6 balls. So when you count the number of balls, you get the number of balls. So when you count the number of atoms, you can get its atomicity. So what is atomicity? The number of atoms present in a molecule, it is called as atomicity. So the number of atoms present in the molecule is called its atomicity. So when you take the example, that is carbon dioxide, you can see that the formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. So when you see this, it is having one carbon atom and two oxygen atom. So 1 plus 2, it is 3. So the atomicity of carbon dioxide, it is 3. So when you take sulfuric acid, you can see that the formula of sulfuric acid is H2SO4. Here we can see that it is having 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 sulfur atom and 4 oxygen atom. So 2 plus 1 plus 4, so totally 7. So the atomicity of sulfuric acid, it is 7. So we have understood what is atomicity, that is the number of atoms present in a molecule is called its atomicity. So now we are going to classify the molecules based on atomicity. So when you are having only one atom present in a molecule, it is called as monoatomic molecule. When you are having two atoms present in a molecule, it is called as diatomic molecule. When you are having 3 atoms present in a molecule, it is called as triatomic molecule. When it is having more than 3 atoms, it is polyatomic molecule. So if it is one atom, it is mono. Mono means one. If it is 2 atoms, it is diatomic. Di means 2. If it is having 3 atoms, it is tri. Tri means 3. If it is having more than 3 atoms, it is polyatomic. Poly means many. So now we are going to combine these types of atoms as well as atomicity, and we are going to write the molecules. That is, here we can see that 2 allotropic forms of oxygen, that is 2 different forms of oxygen. So here we can see that the oxygen, it is existing as O2, that is dioxygen, and also it is existing as O3, that is ozone. So when you take this first molecule, that is oxygen, you can see that it is having 2 atoms. So the atomicity of oxygen, it is 2. So there are 2 atoms present in oxygen. So the atomicity is 2. So we can call as it is a diatomic molecule. When you see the kind of atoms, that is the types of atoms, you can see that the oxygen molecule, it is made up of 2 oxygen atoms, that is same kind of atoms or the similar kind of atoms. So it is also called as homoatomic molecule. So when you combine these two and write, we can write it as it is diatomic as well as homoatomic. So we can combine this and write it as homodiatomic molecule. So this oxygen, it is a homodiatomic molecule. Same way, when you come for this ozone molecule, that is O3, you can see that there are 3 oxygen atoms present in this O3 molecule. So the atomicity of this ozone, it is 3. You can see that when it is 3, it is called as triatomic molecule. When you see the type of atoms or the kind of atoms, it is made up of 3 oxygen atoms. So it is made up of same kind of atoms. So it is also called as homoatomic molecule. So when you combine these two and write, that is triatomic and homoatomic, it can be written as homo triatomic molecule. So here we have the examples of some homodiatomic molecules. They are hydrogen, that is H2, nitrogen, that is N2, fluorine, that is F2, chlorine, that is Cl2, bromine, that is Br2, iodine, that is I2. So when you see all these molecules, you can see that it is having 2 atoms, that is atomicity is 2. And it is made up of same kind of atoms, so it is homodiatomic molecules. So when you come for this hydrogen iodide, you can see that this hydrogen iodide, it is having 2 atoms. So the atomicity of hydrogen iodide, it is 2. That is, we can call that as diatomic, because it is having 1 hydrogen atom and 1 iodine atom. So 1 plus 1, it is 2. So it is diatomic. When you see the kind of atoms, that is the type of atoms, we can see that it is having 2 different types of atoms. One is hydrogen, another one is iodine. So both are different types of atoms. So we can write it as heteroatomic. That is, it is having different atoms. So it is heteroatomic molecule. So when you combine this and write, it is heterodiatomic molecule. So this hydrogen iodide, it is a heterodiatomic molecule. So now we are going to classify the following molecules based on their atomicity as well as the types of atoms or the kinds of atoms. So here we have some examples. So first one, they given fluorine, that is F2. So when you take fluorine, it is having 2 atoms. So here we can see that F2, it is having 2 atoms. So it is diatomic molecule. And when you see that, it is having same kind of atoms, because it is having 2 fluorine atoms, so it is same kind of atoms. So it is a homoatomic molecule. So when you combine these two and write, so it is a homodiatomic molecule. So fluorine, it is a homodiatomic molecule. When you come for carbon dioxide, so here we can see that carbon dioxide, it is having one carbon atom and two oxygen atoms. So totally it is 3. So when you see the kind of atoms, it is made up of different kind of atoms. That is atoms of different elements, because it is made up of carbon as well as oxygen. So it is a triatomic molecule, first of all, because it is having 3 atoms. And when you see that it is made up of different atoms, that is atoms of different element, so it is a heteroatomic. So when you combine this and write, it is a hetero triatomic molecule. When you come for phosphorus, here we can see that the phosphorus, it is made up of 4 atoms. When you see that if it is having more than 3 atoms, we call that it is a polyatomic molecule. When you see the kind of atoms, the P4, it is made up of same kind of atom, that is 4 phosphorus atoms. So it is homoatomic. So when you combine this and write, it is called as homopolyatomic. So phosphorus, it is a homopolyatomic molecule. When you take sulfur, that is S8, you can see that it is made up of 8 atoms. So it is more than 3. So it is a polyatomic molecule. And we can see that all are made up of sulfur atoms. So it is a homoatomic molecule. So when you combine this and write, that is poly and homo, it is homopolyatomic molecule. So sulfur, it is a homopolyatomic molecule. When you come for ammonia, it is having 1 nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atom. So 1 plus 3, it is 4. So when it is having more than 3 atoms, we call that as polyatomic. And we can see that it is having atoms of different elements. It is having nitrogen as well as hydrogen. So it is a heteroatomic molecule. So when you combine this and write, it is heteropolyatomic molecule. So this ammonia, it is a heteropolyatomic molecule. When you come for hydrogen iodide, it is having 2 atoms, that is hydrogen and iodine. So it is 2 atoms, so it is di. And when you see that it is having atoms of different elements, that is hydrogen as well as iodine, so it is an heteroatomic molecule. So when you combine this and write, it is a hetero diatomic molecule. When you come for the another example, that is sulfuric acid, we can see that it is having 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 sulfur atom and 4 oxygen atom. So totally there are 7 atoms. So when it is more than 3, it is called as polyatomic. And we can see that it is made up of atoms of different elements, that is hydrogen, sulfur and oxygen. So it is a heteroatomic molecule. And when you combine this and write, it is a heteropolyatomic molecule. When you come for methane, that is CH4, we can see that it is having 1 carbon atom and 4 hydrogen atoms. So 1 plus 4, it is 5. So it is having more than 3. So it is a polyatomic molecule. When you see the type of atoms or the kind of atoms, it is made up of carbon as well as hydrogen. So the atoms of different elements. So it is heteroatomic. So when you combine this, it is an heteropolyatomic molecule. So here also we can see that glucose, it is having 6 carbon atoms and 12 hydrogen atoms. and 6 oxygen atoms. So 6 plus 12, it is 18. 18 plus 6, it is 24. So it is having 24 atoms. And when you see that, it is having more than 3 atoms. So it is a polyatomic molecule. When you see the type of atoms or the kind of atoms, it is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So it is a heteroatomic. So we can write it as heteropolyatomic molecule. So glucose, it is a heteropolyatomic molecule. When you see that carbon monoxide, it is having 1 carbon and 1 oxygen. So 1 plus 1, it is 2. So it is a diatomic molecule. So when you see the kind of atoms, it is having carbon atom as well as oxygen, that is atoms of different elements. So it is an heteroatomic molecule. So when you combine this and write, it is a heterodiatomic molecule. So now we have known how to classify the molecules based on their atomicity as well as the kind of atoms or the types of atoms. So next we are going to see about the relative molecular mass. So we have already studied about the relative atomic mass. That is, we know that the atoms are very, very small, so we cannot able to measure the mass of the atoms directly. So we will compare the atoms with another element, that is the element which is taken as standard, and we will compare the weight and we will tell the relative atomic mass. So when you see the relative atomic mass, in that we have taken as hydrogen as standard first. That is, we have taken the mass of hydrogen atom as a standard, and then we have changed to oxygen as a standard, and then we have changed to carbon 12 isotope as a standard. So the 1/12, 1 by 12, that means in 12 parts, when you take only one part, that is 1 by 12th part. Consider 12 grams. You are taking only 1 gram. That is 1 by 12th part. So when you take the 1 by 12th part of the mass of the carbon 12 atom, when you take the average mass of the isotopes of the element, when you compare how much it is varying or how much it is greater than the 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 atom, that is called as relative atomic mass. So when you see that the relative molecular mass, the standard what we have taken, it is same. That is, it is 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 atom. So the standard, it is 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 atom. So you are going to measure the relative molecular mass, so that when you take the mass of one molecule of a substance. So here we are going to take the standard as 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 atom, and we are going to compare the mass of one molecule of the substance. So how much it is varying with this 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 atom? That is, how much it is greater than this 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 atom. It is called as relative molecular mass. So in relative atomic mass, we have compared the 1/12 mass of carbon 12 atom with the average mass of the isotopes of the element. Same way, we have taken here the relative molecular mass. That is, we have taken the standard as 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 atom, and we are comparing the mass of one molecule of a substance. We are going to take the substance, we are going to take only one molecule, we are going to compare the mass with the 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 atom. When you compare the mass of the molecule with the 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 atom, it is called as relative molecular mass. So now we have understood that you are going to take any molecule, that is one molecule of a substance, when you compare with the 1/12 of the mass of carbon 12 atom, that ratio will give the relative molecular mass. So now we will see the definition of this relative molecular mass. So when you see the definition of this relative molecular mass, it is a ratio between the mass of one molecule of a substance to the 1/12th mass of the atom of carbon 12. So what is relative molecular mass? It is a ratio between the mass of one molecule of a substance to the 1/12th mass of an atom of carbon 12. It is called as relative molecular mass. That is RMM, that is relative molecular mass, is equal to mass of one molecule of the substance by 1/12th of an atom of carbon 12. Consider the 1/12th of the mass of atom of carbon 12. So here we can see that it is having 1/12th of the mass of carbon 12 in the denominator. Consider, you know that carbon, it is having the mass of 12 gram. 12 gram in which 1/12th part means when you take only 1 gram, it is called as 1/12th part. So in the denominator, we are having 1 gram. Consider in the denominator, we have 1 gram. And in the numerator, we are having one molecule of a substance. Consider it is having some 6 grams. So this gram and gram will get cancelled. So 6 by 1, it is 6. That means the mass of that one molecule of a substance, it is 6 times than the 1/12th of the mass of the carbon 12 atom. So now we have understood that when you take one molecule of any substance, when you compare with that 1/12th mass of the carbon 12 atom, we can see that how much it is greater than this 1/12th of the mass of carbon 12 atom. So here we can tell that the mass of one molecule of some substance, what I have taken, it is 6 times greater than that of 1/12th of the mass of carbon 12 atom. So when you see this relative molecular mass, you can see that in the numerator, we have mass. So we know that mass, it is having the unit of gram or kilogram. Same way, when you see the denominator, it is also having mass. So when you see that in the numerator you are having mass, as well as in the denominator also you are having mass. So both the units will get cancelled. So you will not have any unit. So it is only a ratio. So the relative molecular mass, it is only a ratio. It has no unit. So now you have understood what is relative molecular mass. So next we are going to see the gram molecular mass. So what is this gram molecular mass? If the molecular mass of a compound, it is expressed in terms of grams, it is called as gram molecular mass. So if the relative molecular mass, when you are expressing in terms of grams, it is called as gram molecular mass. So here we can see that the water, it is having the gram molecular mass of 18 grams, and carbon dioxide, it is having the gram molecular mass of 44 grams. So when you take the water molecule, that is H2O, we can see that it is having 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. So when you see the atomic mass, so to calculate the molecular mass, you should need the atomic mass. So 2 into, we know that the atomic mass of hydrogen, it is 1. So 2 into 1, that is 2. Same way, you are having 1 oxygen atom. So 1 into oxygen, the atomic mass is 16. So 1 into 16, it is 16. So 2 plus 16, that is 18. So when you express this 18, that is relative molecular mass without unit. But when you express in terms of grams, it is called as gram molecular mass. Same way, carbon dioxide, it is having 44 grams. When you are using only the number, it is called as relative molecular mass. When you are expressing in terms of grams, it is called as gram molecular mass. So next we are going to do a problem based on the relative molecular mass as well as the gram molecular mass. So here they have asked, calculate the relative molecular mass and the gram molecular mass of sulfuric acid, that is H2SO4. So when you take this sulfuric acid, here we can see that H2SO4 is a formula of sulfuric acid. So it is having 2 hydrogen atoms, 1 sulfur atom and 4 oxygen atoms. So when you need to find the molecular mass, that is the relative molecular mass or the gram molecular mass, you should know the atomic mass of the elements. So here we have the table of the atomic mass of some of the elements. So here it is having 2 hydrogen atoms. So 2 into, we know that the atomic mass of hydrogen, it is 1. So 2 into 1, that is 2. And it is having only 1 sulfur atom. So 1 into the atomic mass of sulfur, here we can see that it is 32. So 1 into 32, it is 32 grams. That is 32. And when you have this 4 oxygen atoms, so 4 into the atomic mass of oxygen, it is 16. So 4 into 16, that is 6 4s are 24, and you will have this 1. So when you multiply this 16 into 4, 6 4s are 24, 4 1s are 4 plus 2, that is 64. So that is 60 into 4 is 64. So when you add this, that is 2 plus 2 plus 4, it is 8. 3 plus 6, it is 9. So it is 98. When you express this without the unit, it is called as the relative molecular mass of the sulfuric acid. When you express in terms of grams, it is called as gram molecular mass. So here we can see that the relative molecular mass of sulfuric acid, it is 98. And when you see the gram molecular mass of sulfuric acid, it is 98 grams. So next we are going to see about the difference between the atoms and molecules. So we have studied about what is atoms and what are molecules. So here we are going to see the difference between the atoms and molecules. So what is an atom? It is the smallest particle of an element. What is a molecule? It is the smallest particle of an element or a compound, because in molecule we are having 2 types, that is the molecule, it is made up of same kind of atoms, or the molecule, it is made up of different kind of atoms. So the molecule is the smallest particle of an element, or it may be a smallest particle of an compound. When you see that atom, it does not exist in free state except noble gases. So when you see the noble gases, that is helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon, when you see all these noble gases, it will exist as monoatomic molecule. That is, it will exist as only one atom. It will not combine with another atom. That means these noble gases are existing freely. But atoms does not exist in free state. Only except this noble gas, this will exist as free state, but atom does not exist in free state. One atom will combine with another atom to form a molecule. So atoms will not always exist in free state. An atom will combine with another atoms to form the molecules. But molecules will always exist in free state. And when you see these atoms, except some of the noble gas what we have seen, atoms are highly reactive. That means atoms react with other atoms to form molecules. But when you see the molecules, they are less reactive. So atoms are very highly reactive, that is, it will react very fastly. but molecules they are comparatively less reactive compared to the atoms. Then atoms does not have a chemical bond. That means it will exist as only one atom, so it does not have a bond. But when you see the molecules, it is made up of atoms. So atoms in a molecules are held by the chemical bond. So here we can see the example of water. So this oxygen and hydrogen, it is held together by a forces of attraction, that is called as chemical bond. So we have already studied in the molecule, two or more atoms combine with the forces of attraction, that is called as chemical bond. So atoms do not have a chemical bond, but atoms which is present in a molecule will have a chemical bond. So we have studied about this difference between the atoms and molecules, which is a very, very important question. So atom, it is the smallest particle of an element. Molecule is the smallest particle of an element or compound. Atoms does not exist in free state except noble gas. Molecules exist in free state. Except some of the noble gas, other atoms are highly reactive. The molecules are less reactive. Atoms does not have a chemical bond. Atoms in a molecule are held together by chemical bonds. So today we have studied the classification based on the atomicity, and we have studied about relative molecular mass, and we have studied about gram molecular mass, and we have solved problems based on relative molecular mass and gram molecular mass. And we have studied the difference between atoms and molecules. So in the next class, we will study about the Avogadro's hypothesis.